All right, let's go it again.
Retrieve the starboard towed array. How am I?
A little bit deeper of a layer this go. Attacked from behind. Like Star Wars, they came from behind.
Con, sonar, I have a new contact. Bearing 340. Designated Sierra 1.
Alright, my plan of action here is to track one or two boats, try and get a good estimate of where they are, and then head for intercept. Spend less time dilly-dallying. Jesus. And that's not what I wanted to do. Ran up, launched forward, backed off. Yeah, nuke boat can do that better for sure than like that's not gonna happen for a diesel boat, of course. But it's an interesting avenue. Alright, let's start tracking some stuff there, buddy. Why is that retrieving the toad the first time is super fast, and after that streaming it and retrieving it is slow? Oh, retrieving it can go faster because you're reeling it in, and when you're slow, you can reel it in faster because as you get closer to snap speed, you can't reel it in any faster than snap speed. So like if snap speed's 20 knots and you're at 20 knots, the second you start reeling it, it's going to break, right? So if you're at 18 knots, you can only reel it in at plus 2 knots, but if you're slower than that, you can reel it in faster. And then letting it out, it goes out as fast as you're going, basically. Excuse me. Alright, we got some data. Let's come about. How are you supposed to get out of that if you press C?
Right full rudder. How am I?
Oh, when you press Alt-C, what does it do? Highlights that field. Then what do you do with that? I don't know. Saw that in the controls. You can do like Alt-C to change course, Alt-S to change speed. I don't know how that works. I'm pressing Alt-C, and if I try and press an arrow key, just unhighlights. Don't know. It looked like 16 knots might be better. But yeah, they're far, dude. How much time did I spend dilly-dallying? Because they've really started out that far. Like, I got plenty of time to get in position. Oh, maybe type in numbers. Well, now that I got this toad out, I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible. I don't want to change my state. So once we get the solutions, I'm going to go to periscope depth and charge up the banks. Maybe check the ESM, and then at that point I can try. Oh, I forgot the frickin' steady, of course.
Come right to course 257. How am I?
I think I'm going to overshoot this. Yeah, the reason I did that is because I wanted to come further across. I was like at 030, so if you come to 240, you come left, so through the baffles, which I guess isn't terrible if you're going to have bad data anyway. But I still want like the option to be like come right that way, so this whole frickin'
257.
maneuver is going to be mucked up anyway. Oh yeah, the 5110, we may indeed. Yep, we do have the Kuznetsov on the narrow. That son of a gun. Almost 10 minutes spent trying to freaking get this toad straightened out. Okay, now it's okay. I'm seeing the dots go left or right. So if you turn to starboard, the dots swing out to port or to the left here. And if the toad's turning to port, it swings out to the right. Okay. Don't know what the significance of that is, but now I know. Dude, I want to find out where like it's stored in the database, the time interval update for LOB. Just drop that down to 30 seconds, dude. 2 minutes stuff kills me. Okay, we'll just get like a few more because we've already been going for half an hour here. Okay, something like this. They're far. They're out there. Oh, I didn't punch that in. Lock it up. It's good enough. They're out there. That's all that matters. Okay. Periscope depth. Let's try this thing. Alt D. No, typing doesn't work either.
Depth 0.
Oh, it did.
7 feet. Dive by.
Typing did work. It just didn't show it. Interesting. Okay, so this is about ETA 2030 for group. We flank it. It can be out there in an hour. Sounds about good to me. Hard coded in the engine. Actually, in RA, they decreased the LOB update time to a minute. So it's possible. Cranked the volume to see if I could hear him on the broadband. Nope. I don't see that Kuzia anymore. Well, he's still there. We don't see the second frequency. Alright, oh, I wanted snorkel depth anyway.
Make my depth 0, 5, 6 feet. Dive eye.
Oh, radar, yikes, get me out of there.
Raise the ESM mast, Chief of the Watch Eye. Raise the antenna, Chief of the Watch Eye.
That's strong.
EW, I have a new contact. Bearing 0, 5, 6. Con, EW, I have a new contact.
Bear F.
2, 7.
Wet eye. Flanker.
Con, EW, I have a new contact. Bearing 2, 6, 8.
That's distant as hell, whatever that is.
Lower the ESM mast, Chief of the Watch Eye. Lower the antenna, Chief of the Watch Eye.
Oh, ESM. Okay, they gave it to me. Helix. Ew. Off that way, huh? How far? That dude seemed far, man. Is that far in front of the group? Flanker does make sense. Well, the Kuznetsov wasn't even a thing yet when this campaign takes place, right? It should be like a... I'm assuming they put it in because there's no, like, Moskva or whatever. Kiev.
Commence ventilating. Retrieve the starboard towed array. How am I? Raise the ESM mast, Chief of the Watch Eye.
I don't even say Helix anymore. I think it was heading away from me. Just
Lower the
completely
ESM
out of
mast,
range
Chief
now.
of the Watch Eye.
I mean, we're getting into positions so far ahead of them. I don't even know that we need to flank. We could go pretty much like the speed of the group and still get in position in time, but I think I'll do like 20 knots. 20 or 22 or so. I have a little margin banked in, but I'm not going to go flat out.
Secure ventilating.
Make my depth 6, 1, 5 feet. Dive eye.
Okay, the CZ is a little different this time. The deep sound channel is more around 1,000 feet. It's still very shallow. I don't think that's physically possible, but I really don't know. All mass secured. Run careful, eye. Wondering how far away that Helix is, that it was just seeing him on the ESM, then just dropped off with that radar. Could have also just gone over the horizon. 'Cause I feel like you'd still easily be able to see that emission from like 50 miles away.
I'll head 2/3. How am I?
Yeah, I'm just trying to, like, I'm thinking, like, was that the radar got out of range to detect ESM, or did he just dip beneath the horizon? Thinking the latter, but it was also a very weak signal. But not the weakest signal I've seen. How much is 1,000 feet to meters? Basically 300 meters. May have secured the radar. I wonder if they do that, or if they just always have it on. From a Dangerous Waters AI perspective.
I'll head standard. How am I?
I was to say, if I just ran 18 knots to have potentially still towed acuity, pretty much get to these points. But that's only 20,000 yards apart. That's a little too much. Too close for me. The reason I know there's shorthands because I had, like, when me and my brother were small children, 10 or so, we had this book called, like, The World's Great Small Arms or something. They'd always list ranges in, like, meters and yards, and the meters was like, it was like 300 meters was like 330 yards, 800 meters was like 880 yards, so I've always, like, known that shorthand for it since then. So 330 yards is 990 feet, so it's like 300 meters is basically 1,000 feet. Alright, let's do the old 25 knots there, buddy.
Make turns for 25 knots. Maneuvering I.
Throwing a little confusion. ETA hour and a half. They in an hour and a half will be 24 miles away. So they're really going to be like there. 34,000 yards, 32,000 yards. Could always increase the angle here a little bit. Because of how much of a nerd I am, I know 1 meter equals 3.2808 feet. I have it memorized to 5 significant figures. All right, let's get cooking. How many feet in a nautical mile? It's around like 6,000, isn't it? It's around like 2,000 yards in a nautical mile. I don't know the exact number. I know it's around 6,000. Why at that point use something else than meters? Who knows? See, whenever, like, Americans bitch about meters, tell them, like, it's just yards. Just use yards. It's like, close enough. Within 10%. It's a loaded question. It's definition of a nautical mile. It is it's a second of like long. It's a second of latitude, isn't it? Or is it a second of latitude at the equator? Or at least that's the that's like the traditional definition of it, but I think it has actually a like a defined value equivalent now. It's not based on that anymore. I only know this because like I've made some program to interpolate dangerous waters coordinates to latitude and longitude and vice versa, so you can draw neat lines on here. So that was part of my research, was learning about all that crap. No, a nautical mile is a minute of latitude, isn't it? Or longitude. At the equator. Boom, boom, boom.
All ahead flank, helm aye.
This is actually when we're the furthest away. We should be going the fastest now, actually. Try and keep in mind when they're going to be at a CZ from us, which is about now.
All ahead 2/3, helm aye.
Alright, let's reestablish contact. Check our solutions a little bit more here. Layer is deep. The old which one do I want? 4 and 5, 3 and 5, 4 and 5, 3 and 5. I don't think I'm gonna go to periscope depth, so just do 4 and 5.
Make my depth 415 feet. Dive aye.
Today it's defined as 1852 meters. Yeah, there you go. And 1852 meters. $2,025 yards. 6,076 feet.
All ahead 1/3, helm aye. Stream at starboard toe to ray, helm aye.
Ten cable lengths. Yeah, I saw that when I was testing the other day. The length of the tow here is about 1,000 meters, huh? 1,000 yards. Cable length isn't an SI unit, no. Oh wait, cable length is a real thing. For some reason I thought he meant the towed array cable. No pings, nothing around. Just this group. Damn, I think they were even further. Damn, I just punched him back another frickin' 6, 17, 18,000 yards there, dude. Oh, old money measures. It wasn't in like a Master and Commander Far Side of the World. I think that's where I saw like the empirical definition of the knot. They like tow some log behind the ship, and depending on how fast you're going is how many like knots it pulls out or something. Okay, that's good enough for me. They are out there.
Retrieve the starboard towed array. Helm aye.
Make my depth 615 feet. Dive aye.
One cable, 100 fathoms. Isn't a fathom 6 feet? Shingles in the forelock. Ah, you lost me. How much is a league? There's also leagues. 20,000 leagues under the sea. Oh, lost this thing. Wait, is the league 6 feet or is the fathom 6 feet? A fathom of 6 feet? Now that I cannot possibly fathom. 2 yards to a fathom. Well, well.
All ahead 2/3. Helm aye.
Suppressor answer on physics test and cable length. My favorite is the imperial measurement of mass, the frickin' slug. 32.2 pound per feet squared. Everyone's like, ah, screw the slug, just say pounds mass.
All ahead flank. Helm aye.
48. It's 5. No. 4/5. Yeah. So an hour would be here. Take off about 3.2. So when we get there, they'll be there. Okay, so we don't need to go this fast then. 25 knots is good.
Make turns for 25 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it just not gonna give me a layer? Ooh, mind your depth there, Mr. Helmsman. Oh, we went to 27 knots in that turn. What the heck? I want to see how much time is between these dots. I think it's 2 minutes. Yar, matey. It be 2 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or so. I we spent like 15 minutes there messing around. A league is the distance a man can walk in an hour. It's like the original definition of foot or something. Just someone's foot. You got docked for spelling meter the Euro way? That's funny. That's like the French way, huh? All these archaic systems of measurement. I thought the game froze for a second. Didn't look like my icon was moving on the nav map anymore. I was like, no. Bikes per showers. Yeah, it's fun. That's more about like dimensional analysis. For some reason, that made me think like golf balls per pancakes, just something absurd. Why did I slow down? Keep on going there, buddy. And when we get to the end of this next leg, we'll take another stop and see. Yeah, we gained a knot in that turn. That's interesting. Well, if this solution is better now, we actually are coming up on the first CZ contact, but we're actually like moving away from them at flank now, so I don't know. Is the distance opening or closing? Distance is closing ever so slightly. Excuse me. Excuse me, goodness.
I'll head 2/3.
All right, slow her down there, Jenny.
Make my
Ooh,
depth
layer has
4,
come shallow a
1
good bit.
feet. Feet, dive aye.
Give me the old 375 there.
Make my depth 375 feet. Dive I.
$20 significant figures. Everything is equal to 1/2 of everything else squared. Something like that. Did he smack into a door at top speed? Yeah, quantum physics is one thing to like listen to people talk about it in YouTube videos, but I've never done the math for it. Don't know that I have a particular interest in doing the math for it.
I'll head 1/3. How am I?
Lorentz transforms? Do you mean Lorentz transforms? Is that right? LORENTZ? I don't know. I haven't had to frickin' solve any kind of crazy math problem on paper in frickin' 7 years.
Stream at starboard tow to Ray. How am I?
Yeah, just the math. Yeah, it's always just the math. You don't get any context or philosophical discussion. It's just the math. Oh, I hate integrals, dude. Husker Du. Yep, I think we're at that first CZ, alright. Yeah, I hate that. There's always like there don't seem to be any connectivity to between topics or anything, but it's like, oh my god, final exam. Connect the dots. What could go wrong? The first chunk of this data was very noisy. Or the solution I have here just isn't lined up exactly, but it's good enough for our purposes. But yeah, everyone's popping on through. Oh yeah, we're even seeing some people in the old informal. Definite first CZ. I think this range is pretty good. Okay, we're gonna have to go actually further. I'll wait to make those. I don't feel like making these 3 waypoints again, so I'll wait till they get the end to start doing some more zigzaggy waypoints. Let's get a few more data points here. Yeah, theoretical stuff is fine, but at a certain point I just want to, like, do something. Alright, so we got some good stuff here.
Retrieve the starboard towed array. How am I?
Actually, you know what? Stay... Well, we can double check this with the conformal. I want to see if... You can still see him, like, on the, Oh, I just dumped this out. 475 is what it was. Give me the old 600. I want to see if we're still seeing him underneath the layer for
Make my
CZ
depth
bounce.
600 feet. Dive I.
But they might be out of it by the time I even get down here to check. Really, I'm seeing nothing. Okay, whatever. Fine.
Retrieve the starboard towed array. How am I? I'll head 2/3. How am I?
Make turns for 25 knots. Maneuvering I.
Steady on course 277. Steady on course 248.
Okay. Looks pretty good to me. Let's keep on churning and burning. Get into position here. Oh, see you later, Ghost Dog. Zastaver, hello. No squall inbound. Oh, I love thermodynamics. I think I may have been the only person I knew who did. So therefore I must be crazy. How much louder it gets. Yeah, I mean, it also just comes down to the fact that, like, even if your, like, detection range increases linearly with speed, like, the area of that detection circle just goes up with the square of that, so... As a crude example, if you're twice as loud at 30 knots than 15 knots, 4 times more ocean can hear you. You know, it'd be fun to do the, you could actually do this somewhat easily, I guess, like figure out how much water that propeller is actually pushing per second. The lights flicker. Doesn't sound kosher. Oh, sorry, helmsman. Did not mean to move your waypoint. I keep stopping on these like right turn legs.
Sonar. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 3, 4, 8.
I'll head 1/3. How am I? I'll head 2/3. How am I?
I think that might be our Norwegian friend.
Stream the port code array. How am I?
I love how the game still lets you get torpedo in the water calls even if it's obviously beneath a layer or something. Or vice versa. Nothing around here. That's a weird little speck of me right there. It's odd. What the heck is going on with that? That's a weird looking little signal there. Huh. I don't know.
I'll head standard. How am I?
Just go 15 knots for now. Just to keep some semblance of situational awareness. What made the stern planes batshit crazy before they got these doohickeys? Well, I guess if the dude, if we can determine the dude is frickin' launching his oh, that's like a little drain region, launching his torpedoes, it's actually cover for us to frickin' get cooking. Single plane, no hinge point. Oh, so you mean this whole thing was a controllable surface? It wasn't like embedded in a fixed structure? Like Tomcat style? Flapper-on? No, not flapper-on. Is that what it's called on the Tomcat? That was weird. Just a single torpedo? Alright, well, whatever. Let's
Stream the port code array. How am I?
let's keep moving. Reel this bad boy in. What's the point of having that all-moving tailplane? Is that like... That just seems like yeah, batshit crazy, like you said. Must have made for interesting stuck plane drills.
Make turns for 25 knots. Maneuvering aye.
I think when we get in there, I might even let the auto crew take care of tracking people. It's gonna be a lot of crap. I don't know. I always say that, then I'll probably be like, oh, these are the targets I care about. Let's start focusing on them. I wish you could just turn like auto tracking on for certain targets. Like, yeah, just track that guy. I'll focus on this one. That would be nice. $30 minutes. Yeah, we're getting close there. Actually, let's actually go shallow. Try and get a hold on where things are in this group.
6, 5.
See if we need to do any further adjustments, head further south faster. Or if we're good from here, actually. Riding a surfboard. Good old 688.
I'll head 1/3. How am I?
I've forgotten. I was about to think of something, do something. I've forgotten completely. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's what we were tracking them in the first CZ or something, supposedly. But then it dropped out.
Stream at starboard toe to Ray. How am I?
Yeah, it's kind of like when you have to like stop and think about these thousands of tons steel things just floating around the ocean. It's very hard to... It's kind of hard to imagine at a certain level. It's something that can't readily be filmed. It's easy to imagine surface ships doing it because you can see them doing it. Not one thing on the conformal, huh? They must have been in this easy before then. Not seeing anything in the conformal. Oh, we were already tracking the Kuznetsov. Interesting. This happened to just be a random one I picked. Tracking big old Kuzia. 145, 180. Or 175? 5175? It's still kind of far away to really distinguish contacts. Oh, that might be the Boris Chilikin, in which case that is a target that I'm interested in. Oh, mark it here.
Con, sonar, I have a new contact. Bearing 351. Designated Sierra 2.
Okay, he's more like 351. Kuznetsov's more like 358. Whoa. Are we still not getting pings? Like, at all? Something has changed. They may have turned further west. Because that's not fitting that solution. Oh, I bet it does produce a lot of torque. Where was that alligator thing at? 5180. It's also something I would like to track.
Con, sonar, I have a new contact. Bearing 010. Designated Sierra 3.
Now, I don't think that's all that could be. Or is it? No, that bearing, that is all it could be. There's no 145 proceeding. So that's, yeah. Just, it's weird. I was seeing that before with the other one. It's like, it seems to be kind of out at the wings. You'd think of being like the center of the formation. Huh, that's weird that we were getting the, getting this before. But we're not an hour closer. The CZ doesn't... Oh, I guess depending on circumstances, it could last that long. Oh, did I lose a tracker on Sierra 1, dude? Ugh, I hate that sometimes.
Con, sonar, I have a new contact.
New contact?
Bearing
What? I was already tracking this
5,
guy.
5. Designated Sierra 4.
Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Okay, who did I lose a tracker on this time? 4, 1, 3, 2. Oh no, we got them all. Something weird happened here, because they definitely like have changed course or something. No, I'm not going to say that far. Am I? That was weird though, just the one torpedo in the water. Let's try and get a little more data, then get a new leg. Try and nail these guys down. Then maybe call it a stream. Okay. Let's do due east.
Come left to course. 0, 9, 0. Helm I.
Yeah, I'm burning
Con, sonar, I have a
some
new
position,
contact.
some
Bearing
time.
3, 4.
They might be
1.
further away,
Designated
dude.
Sierra 5.
If I'm like, if they're this close, there's no way I'm just now picking up a ping. At 18 miles? I think they turned this way. When did that last mission end? It ended at like 2300? 0100? I don't know. Something like that. I think I'm being too
Con, sonar, I have a new contact. Bearing 290. Designated Sierra 6.
It's close all of a sudden. Oh, we're like facing right towards us, so there's no bearing rate on that. I was like, why? This is not fanning out. I think they changed course or something, dude.
Steady on course.
That
0,
ping is
9,
so faint.
0.
Con, sonar, I have a new contact. Bearing 006. Designated
Like these are just
Sierra
coming in.
7.
Like we're about to frickin' just like head north on these dudes. Oh, that's why. I was like, we barely been tracking that guy. I was like, why are we not seeing... Because we didn't get any data on this other leg on that dude, that's why. Not telling us anything useful. 06, I think that's the, that was the Dipper. It's just too low bearing rate to try and get a sense of intercept on that. Maybe I'm assuming they're going too fast? I don't know, but that solution was working out for the longest time at 16 knots. Nice track and give me the fits. It's very weird. Very weird indeed. Alright, anyway, well, I think I'm going to call that a stream. I may come back later this week and then stream some more to finish this one up. Now it's personal. Excuse me. We need to turn to make better sense of this solution. Not much to be gained from this because we didn't get the pings until we already started that new leg, basically. Oh, wait. Got a little bit of leggy. Well, it actually seems kind of consistent. I don't know what's up with Sierra 1. Maybe they're the one that got shot at. That's why the solution looks weird. Who knows? But yeah, alright. We'll stop it there. I'll see you guys next time, which may be this weekend. Finish up this mission, try it some more. But yeah. See you guys then, have a good one, and as always, good hunting.